Hello everybody out there in YouTube world. I am the homie Cash. Yep, the one and only. If there's another, he's the phony, because you already know me and you just can't make this up, man. Y'all already know I never meet a stranger. And today my brother Brian Braddock tagged me in a post that this other brother had made of something that he thought was very intellectual. Needless to say, we exchanged through and became friends, and now the guy's pulling up on me, I think, to meet me. And I wanted y'all to see it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's about to transpire. I'm just meeting him today. His name is Wally, and he got that. He got that feather there.
No.
No what?
No.
No what?
Ladies and gentlemen. You know.
He's talking about ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want them to be
The unnecessary man with the feather.
Bless you, ma'am, and all that you stand for.
Talking about bless you, ma'am. See, I told you. I didn't see met him until today. Now, what's your feather all about? First, tell me about this.
I'm not quite there yet.
You're not quite there yet?
Wait a minute, churn coming through.
Churn coming through.
I don't know where the baby's going. In the words of Beyonce, she felt it was so necessary. She said it twice. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. And that's all right, because I'm here to introduce myself. Double superlative, King Boss. That's what you should call me, King Boss. But I also am Wally, the father of feather philosophy.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what's up with the feather?
It's a couple things that go on with the feather. Number one, if I'm bold enough to wear this in my head, shouldn't you be bold enough to do the things in your life you need to take care of?
I am there with you, my brother. I am right there with you now.
And as well, the universe is kind enough to give distinct markings to animals that you should not mess with. Snakes, it gives distinctive colors. Animals like your lions, you get to see their fangs. You know not to mess with
The
them.
porcupines, they got their spikes.
They quills
the
right on
skunks,
their...
they got their spells.
King Boss has a feather because he is favored by the universe. So I mean, there are rules to go up against King Boss. Rule number one is don't. Rule number two to go up against King Boss is bring everything that you would consider a resource, because you're going to need it. Rule number three is please review rules number 1 and 2, and rule number 4 again is don't, because this is not me. This is not me. This is just all accent in this body, which is vessel. Okay. And like I like to talk trash. I'm like, I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong. Why am I never wrong? Because I'm being spoken through. And when I realize that I'm not speaking and that the universe is just using me to convey messages, and I do it through various acts and skits, because in understanding human psychology, I know that if I can get you to laugh, you let your guard down. And if you let your guard down, you can teach. By me understanding hypnosis, you being in a hypnotic trance right now, I could tell you anything that I want you to believe, and you believe it right now. Welcome to my world.
Absolutely. You know, because I deal in the same science, and you know what? I'm marveled at you sitting here using what I know on me.
And that's why it works so well, though. It works so. Hypnosis is it's a journey with the two of us, and I'm just kind of leading you where you already know that you should be going.
Absolutely.
And so by you knowing that, and by you having another trustworthy source, and it sometimes it feels good to be led. And as I gotta put my real glasses on, I can't see what's going on.
But before we get too focused, I got us a setup thing. First of all, I had told them that I didn't know you, and if I don't do this right now, they're gonna think I'm lying, man.
Okay, go on.
Can you let them know a little bit about how you met me today? Because today you met me today. How you met me today, and what brought you all the way over here? Because this is your first time pulling up, and you jumped out and acting like with a microphone and stuff.
Correct.
Like we playing this or something. Like,
no,
you can't make this up. I tell y'all all the time, you can't make this stuff up, man.
I don't believe.
I did not expect this guy to jump out the car like that right there. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Okay, I don't even have his name. I'm gonna cover up his phone number. His name saved in my phone.
You can show my
okay,
number,
bam. That's his phone number. You'll see that at 10:26 a.m. is when we hooked up. I haven't even had time to save his name in my phone. I made a post. This is what I would consider divine alignment, something that was meant to be. Why? Because it has all fallen into place so beautifully that it can't be happenstance, it can't be circumstance, it can't be coincidence. It has to be orchestration of the Most High. How do I know that? Because I made a post a couple days ago about something.
The larynx.
The larynx.
The larynx.
And
there you go.
And the
uterus.
yes. And how upon observation they both look the same. Being that our universe is designed and created and in order, you should be able to look at something and get a primary indicator of what is its function. You can look at the larynx, like, oh, if that's the voice box, we know that the voice box is for creation. We look at the vaginal canal, they look the same. It also is for creation. Absolutely. So they kind of just add support to one another. Anyway, say all that to say, somebody tagged him on
Ryan Braddock, and that's another important factor. And I'm gonna tell you something, because I never got a chance to say this to you.
No,
Ryan Braddock is the guy that does
the mayor.
No, he running for mayor. Yeah, and y'all did
Jujitsu together.
Yeah,
yes.
You said you choked him out a few times.
I did. I put these guns on. I did. Yes. And look, it's funny. It's a small world. I take jujitsu. I started in Goldsboro, North Carolina, at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. That's where I got my beginnings.
Shouts out to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
But I'm a traveling therapist, and I ended up in South Carolina. I'm like, I want to stay sharp. Got to keep my skills up. And I found Swamp Fox Jiu-Jitsu in Florence.
Shouts out to Swamp Fox Jiu-Jitsu.
Which is where I met him. And
That's
so
right.
he tagged you in on my post talking about this sounds like something you would say. And I'm like, don't nobody sound like King Ball. So
and then listen, I'm like, who is he talking about sounding like me? Let me go over here and look.
And so I hopped on your page, and I was like, wow, I'm picking up what this cat is putting down. I'm feeling this. This is along the same lines of the things that I believe, or that I throw conscious, intentional effort to understanding.
Okay.
And then I was like, I want to be his brother. Oh, he want to be my friend too. And so when I hit accept, I shot you a message. And I was standing at my desk, and by the time I turned around,
I called him on a video call. This dude rolled in the closet on his job. He done went into the closet. He talking about, boy, I'm at work and you got me in the closet trying to talk to you. I said, man, look here, this dude is just like, that's something I would have did at work.
It was necessary. it was necessary. I like that man, but I'm trying to get off his job. And so when you know something is supposed to be, something said, take that call.
You make time for it. Instead of making excuses, you make time. I told you guys that a lot of times.
Money and time are the two resources that you spend on exactly what it is that you want. Let me tell you that again. Money and time are the two resources that you spend on exactly what it is that you want.
Absolutely.
Either you wanted to put your money on it or you didn't. Either you wanted to be there or you didn't.
That's right. And I'm gonna tell you something. Time is way more expensive than money.
Shut up, man. That's
a
whole. You gonna make me pick my microphone up? That's a whole nother.
Listen, and that's what made me connect with you, because you said to me, you wanted your son. I told you my name was No Cash, and what my movement was about. And you said you tell your son all the time. Go ahead and tell them again what you said.
I am teaching my son. In fact, I'm working as an entrepreneur, and though there are those dark moments where like, this shit sucks, this shit ain't gonna work, I can't do this, let me just iron my lab coat and get ready to go back to work. I tell my son, I say, son, hit it. And my son will stand up and he'll proclaim, I am the last generation of Vaughns who trade time for money.
Trade time for money. And I always tell you guys, I tell y'all, greater is the current that is within me than the currency that runs the world. And if you keep doing everything that you're doing for the currency, you're going to be on somebody else's mission. Your destiny is to somebody else's ending. And so it's surprising to me to run into a guy who's actually a language and speech pathologist. So
speech and language pathologist. Hold on.
Speech and language.
Can you say that thing about the currency?
Greater is the current.
Greater is the current that is within you than the currency that runs the world. Because a lot of people do everything that they do in this world for currency. Now.
Amen. Amen.
Everything.
Amen.
I'm talking about
Amen.
women and men.
Amen.
It has a control over our mind like no other.
Amen.
And I feel as though if money was wiped away, and at these times we're in right now, we're seeing that money is not really going to do us much good.
I want to take my educational series in the direction of, you have been blessed with the best controlled start over one could get. Because
with this movement that's going on now.
Yes.
So we said, but
it for everybody. For everybody. Drink your water, grow your food, and meet your neighbor. We're good.
But they don't understand that. And I'm glad to meet you, because I've been looking to try to do some like podcasts, some like help the people with a message type. But I don't have that. I have the visions and all of this stuff. But I don't have that thing that you still. How old are you?
36 and a half. Nope, 36. I'll be 20.
Okay, I was about to say, because I'm much older than you. I'm about maybe like 5, 6 years older than you. But still, it don't matter. You got this thing in you that you got that ambition to keep going.
Yeah, people need to know this.
I've been beat up so much and trying to give it to people who just don't get it so much till I'm just sitting around observing it.
My new thing is You know when you're playing in the road as kids and the car was coming down the road, somebody hollered, "What car?" And what we all do, we stop and we observe the car and we got the hell out of this way. So from now on, whenever I want to teach this, I'm gonna start hollering esoteric. And what I mean by that, this is a specific way.
I know what you mean by that.
I'm not trying to convince you anymore.
Okay.
Because if it's in convincing, I have to carry. And feather philosophy, I believe that feather philosophy is one of the is the most unifying element. Oh, thank you, sir. I believe that feather philosophy is the most unifying element on this planet because it deals directly with something that everybody has, which is a spirit. And all feather philosophy does is encourage your spirit to be as light as a feather. Now, I do know that that's an old, ancient, I want to say Egyptian or African sentiment. I have not studied up on it as much as I should. I don't even want to say should, because I'm living according to what feels best right now that I want to offer people.
Absolutely.
And that's just living in a way where you're light and you are free.
Absolutely.
Totally forgot where I started with that.
Anyway.
Yeah, next question.
Anyway, the next question is, what about me made you come visit me today?
The fluidity. Okay. When and I listened to this woman called Esther Hicks, and she speaks about momentum. I was talking about how feather philosophy, it has to be provable and verifiable. That's the thing.
Okay.
Your subconscious mind will reject anything that it doesn't believe is logical and believable on the onset. And
Okay,
so
I believe that to be true.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
My granddaddy, God rest his soul, that was his phrase. He'd say something and he looked at me and say, "That's a fact." And I was telling somebody today, I was in counseling, when you're talking with your child, instead of going back and forth, you just give the one fact and walk off. If I give you my opinion, you can come back and me with your opinion, but if I give you a fact, that's the end of the discussion.
That's it. That's right.
We're done.
That's right.
And so feather philosophy aims to teach people according to facts. I don't want to stretch your imagination. I don't want to stretch your logic. I want you to be able to walk outside of your house and what I said be easily verifiable and proven, because then it's acceptable. And then when it's acceptable and reproducible, you have a better chance of living by it.
Were you ever thinking about doing a podcast? Were you ever thinking about being a content creator?
Oh, well, I suck at, okay, this is where I encourage you to be better than I am. You have to identify your faults, address your faults, and be better. I'm not consistent. I got it all. I got a channel that probably got like 7 videos on it. Probably got 2 channels.
YouTube channel?
Both of them got like, that's another reason. Because you on YouTube and you have information that I need to know. And I heard a guy talking the other day about the necessity of mentorship. And I've tried to do it my way long enough, but as we're already standing on this path, somebody already paved this, which means it's nice for us to be able to walk along this thing. It's easy for me to get to the house because the path is already here. So instead of me being over here on the dirt, actually having to start all the way over, let's just get on the path.
That's right.
I'm ready to get on the path. If you...
And I'm going to tell you something somebody told me about doing everything yourself. A wise man once told me, when you do everything yourself, everything that you do is definitely going to get done.
Amen.
But everything that you cannot do or don't know how to do is not going to get done.
Ooh, amen, amen.
So keep that down in your, jot that down on your notes, right?
Yeah.
So it's always good to do some things for yourself and get the ball rolling for yourself. But always be willing to get other people that knows better than you to be on your team.
Yes.
To do their job.
Yes.
Because their job is to do their job better than you.
Correct.
But they can't do your job better than you.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
And so if both of us have something to give, and from looking at your page, you have something to offer, and apparently you saw that I have something to offer.
Absolutely.
I'm like, well, if this guy's willing to take a chance, let's roll the dice and see what happens.
Right.
And being that I started talking about Esther Hicks and her talking about momentum, which is an easily verifiable concept. You put a rock at the top of the hill, it starts rolling down the hill. There comes a point where you can stop that boulder from rolling down on you, but there's also a point where it's got so much momentum that it's advisable for you to just step outside the way.
That's
when
right.
me and you were talking, I was like, I'll get up with you tomorrow. But then my schedule started falling in a way where...
He did, man. He was like, look, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Then the man hit me back with the text and say, man, look, I'm so excited, man. I'm going to come through today. He ain't say, listen, let me show y'all something. He didn't say, hey, brother, can I change the schedule from tomorrow and come through today? I know I told you I was going. None of that. That brother said, look here, I got so excited, man. Look here, I'm coming through today.
Yes.
Nah, he ain't know whether I had something to do or none of that. He just
didn't care.
See what I'm saying?
No, I'm hungry.
That's how I knew I needed to clear off my schedule of whatever I had, and I needed to meet with this guy. And not only did I think that I had something to give him, see, I knew what he was coming. I knew he had something to give me. I just didn't know what it was.
I received that.
But brother, fresh out that car right there with this microphone, with that ambition,
double loaded shades because these
with
got
the
prescription
intellect,
in them,
and I need to know more about these damn feathers because I got to get me one.
They ask the universal one.
Ask the universal one.
Something I like to. A couple of the phrases I like to use are, birds and feathers. The singing of the birds is the evidence of my stability.
The singing of the birds is the evidence of my stability.
All you need to be in this life is stable. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, all you need to be.
Woke up this morning, woe to the rising sun. 3 little birds was on my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. What was them birds singing? Singing, don't worry, no, about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh, nah, singing, don't worry, no, about a thing. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Now that's on another note right there. We're gonna pause this thing and I wanna set my man up in a little area I got designated for us to talk, because first of all, before we shut it down, tell them who you are for real, where they can find you at, your social media and everything that you have.
Oh, all of that good stuff. My name is Wally Vaughn. Oh, this is my intro. This is my intro.
Get your mic.
No, I don't.
You don't need your mic. Oh, you don't need your mic for your intro. Okay.
No, this what happens. Keep. No, don't. Just watch. This what happens. Watch. Hi, I'm Wally. If you don't know me, you should. If you don't love me, you will. Why? Because I'm here to make your life better. Here to make my life better. Yes, I'm here to make your life better. I'm the conductor. We're going places. I'm the maestro. There's music to be made. I am the father of feather philosophy, but it's going to cost you a piece of your soul, so look me in my eyes. Go on and get your wallet out, get ready to buy what I'm selling because it's about to go down. But before it all begins, I'm going to give you the Wallet G guarantee. Wallet G guarantee is this. By the time it's all said and done with, you'll either be entertained, because this is Wallet, baby, or you'll be educated, because this is Wallet, baby, or you'll be inspired, because this is Wallet, baby. And I always promise to keep that promise. You can find me on Facebook, Wally Vaughn Jr. You can also find me on Instagram, Sir Wally King Boss. And I'm here today to get instruction on how to get my weight up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to keep me honest with it, like, hey man, you said you was gonna have a channel, where it's at, I'd appreciate that from you.
Look me in the eye. Ooh. Dare not one, us do we are. The dog is our one. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here momentarily.
That was
I was about to say that. I thought
I didn't have the heart to stop him. I'm like, this is my first time here. So
and I'm gonna let y'all know off the top, this is not, this is very unorthodox. I'm just meeting the guy. So if a little motion is going in and out of the front door, this is my mama's front door. I have no control over the home. Just ignore the background. Pay attention to what is here, okay? And I'm really documenting our first visit. So it's no particular pitch or topic or anything we're going to be talking about here, but I'm just trying to figure out who this guy is, what's his message, what he has to offer the world, because I know he's a light worker. And I saw him playing the piano on his channel, and I know I need me a good piano player for this voice that I got of mine. And that's one way I knew that we could work together. But then I saw that this guy was very intellectual, and to the point where as though his mind is like mine. He think like me. He studied the things I study. I know it because there's no way he could write what he's been writing that I can resonate with. So I was like, you know what? This is going to be a very interesting person, and I want to establish a relationship with him. And like I tell y'all all the time, ships are designed to take you from one place to the next. I know that by gaining a relationship with this guy, we're going somewhere. And his own phrase told y'all he is the conductor.
He's going places.
So, I mean, there's too many coincidences that I don't believe in coincidences, because there's no such thing as coincidence, all right? Now, with that being said, what brought you to Wally and the feather guy and you wanting to give your people something or wake your people up or give your people a message? What brought you to that?
Self-exploration. I as much as you're intrigued by me, I am, if not 10 times more intrigued by myself. I want to know, what am I? This sounds pretentious and condescending. I don't mean it in that way, but I'm a something. People listen to me. I inspire people. By the time I get done talking, they feel better. Okay. That's needed. I've been able to do it ever since I can remember. Like I'm a walking drug, I tell people. I look good, I feel good, I sound good, I even taste good. Like I'm an assault on your senses. Like, and when you, I believe that if more people carried themselves that way, number one, disease wouldn't be able to spread the way that it does. But you hold yourself in a higher regard. I mean, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm the son of a Baptist minister, and I struggle with religious concepts.
Say that, brother.
I struggle.
Go ahead. We can say anything on this platform of mine because the K and the W in my name stands for knowledge and wisdom.
Oh, amen. Amen.
You see? So I want to give it to my people, the truth. And Bob Marley, we just sung a little bit of his words on that song, but another song he said is, tell the children the truth.
Amen.
Regardless of what it is or how it may hurt or what it is, you give the kids the truth.
I've had some people in my life my wife specifically asked me one time, she said, could you not be so honest with me? Right. Because I'd be willing to say like people like you and me, we speak a brutal honesty. And we live in a society that sugarcoats to a point where it becomes digestible to people. I'm not saying that it's good for you. It just tastes good and it's digestible.
Yeah.
Like
it's processed.
Yeah, like a burger. A burger. It's not good for you, but it's digestible and processed. And then we like it. Yeah. And then you
Hey Tay, come get the mail, Tay.
Then I began to study hypnosis, and I learned that once you get somebody to accept a very grand concept, you can slide anything else in there. And I'm like, oh,
I like that. I like how you said that.
And now that I know, now that you know that, it's like, hey, people, you've been fed some things that go against fundamentally how you're biologically, anatomically, physiologically wired to be.
Wow. I hear you. Talk to them.
And I mean, just think. We live in a society that keeps you awake consistently by giving you things that are of entertainment value. But when you came to this planet, what did you spend the most time doing? Sleeping. When you came to this planet, when you got your most growth and development, what did you do the large majority of the time? You slept. What did they tell you that 5, 6, 7-year-olds need? 10 to 12 hours of sleep. You're nothing more than a plant with complicated emotions, but we live in this society that bombards us with so much stimuli that people never get an opportunity to shut down.
Okay.
Because they don't get the opportunity to shut down and they're bombarded with so much entertainment, the people are genuinely unhealthy.
And then they want to go to drugs to help them stay in that reality.
I disagree with that. I prefer to say that they use drugs as a break from this reality, not as a method to enhance their ability in this reality, because the reason I turn to drugs is because this reality sucks and I need a break from it. But what happens is, after what we fail to realize is, after you metabolize it, it's no more. You have to go seek it again. But it's been my personal experience that I've gotten higher with meditation than I have with anything I've ever smoked.
I know that's right.
Boy,
I know that's right. I can agree 100%.
Yo, like I've been like, don't get me wrong, like I've been dumb high where I could not move. But then again, I've done some deep.
A stoner high.
Oh man, but we put on a little bit of music and we
just
here
sit
now.
there like a stone. Yeah, I get it. I'm there with you. See, and there was a lot. I knew you. We had a lot in common. I didn't even know you indulge with the apparatus, for a better choice of words.
Amen. Amen.
You know, I didn't know that you indulge with the apparatus, but that's what Melvin is all about. The Martian that I was telling you about.
And the PB 517 space modulator.
He was crazy, man.
He was my favorite.
Now, no. Listen. That's Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
I got Melvin.
Oh, go on.
And Melvin is this creature that I came up with. He's green. You use it for terminology as weed. So like whenever you're around your mom and you didn't want them to know what you was talking about, you be like, hey man, did you talk to Melvin today?
Nice. I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And so that's what it came out to be. But then we went on to give Melvin a language, and that's what I spoke to you this now. There, not one, us, do, we are, the I, the is our one. And then Melvin became this character that would be like my conscious within music.
Yes.
And so Melvin would be like my guide to push me to do whatever it is that I needed to do. But I had so many dimensions to myself. Like I sing, I rap, you know, I do a lot of different things. So Melvin is kind of like the conductor, if you will.
Amen.
To get me through each personality or each.
I totally understand that. I tell anybody at any given times, there are about 5 or 6 voices in my head competing for attention. who get to turn at the microphone?
And I think that's just like me. See, I'm beyond those. I'm Saga Cash. I'm No Cash. You see, and I'm beyond Artrell McCullough, what my mama named me. And so it's just like so many different dimensions to it. Alter egos. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
I received that. Yeah.
And so when I came up with that stuff, I said, look me in the eye. And when I looked to your page, the first video I saw was you saying that little thing. You said, did you say, look me in the eye? Man, I looked you in the eye like, man, how does he know that I do that? What is up with this right here? So I went to looking through more. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to send this guy a friend request. Boom.
That's rich.
And then when you accepted it back and came in my inbox and said what you said, I said, instead of responding back, because I don't like the type of text.
Let's talk.
Can we just talk? Boom, hit the button on my man. So I hit him up. And then boom, everything happened. So I said, you know what, man? I had shut down from social media because I had just got married. My wife is not, this wife that I had was not really into social media. She was very secretive. And it didn't go along with, you know, who I am and what I wanted to do, but I was just being compliant. Well, anyway, we just kind of separated. And we just separated. I'm back home, and I should be moping and going through whatever I'm going through, but no, it wasn't. I'm here, being here for my family during this crisis with COVID-19, trying to keep their psyche in the right place, because that's what this really is, psychological warfare. It's not so much as, ain't too many people going to be dying from coronavirus, but a lot of people going to be dying from stress.
They go hand in hand, because as you have a high level of anxiety and stress, that weakens your immune system, so making you susceptible
to the disease.
Yes.
Absolutely. Say that for my camera one more time.
The more anxiety and stress you have, it weakens your immune system, thereby making you more susceptible to disease.
Now that's all that I be trying to say around my family, but I'm learning more, so it's not your message. You got to figure out how you're going to deliver it as well. But then sometimes you can't deliver to people who are not willing to receive.
If I may offer something to you, sir,
give it to me.
How many people? We've got a ditch. We've got a ditch, and it's 10 people we got to get over this ditch. How many people can you at one time physically carry over that ditch? Not on one. Okay, well, I'm a little stronger than you. I might be able to get me 2 of them across.
You say carry them?
Yes.
Over the, like,
yes. Yes.
Okay,
your life depends on it.
Okay.
We're gonna put it in context. We're gonna put it in context where your life depends on whether or not these people make it across this ditch.
I'll be honest with you.
3 minutes.
I I'll take a chance with one person's life, because I don't want to fall with nobody.
All right. Well, wait a minute.
Me and one other person.
All right. You can only carry you one. How many people can you show how to get across?
I can show all of them how to get across.
And then if you say you can show all of them, and then after you show all of them how to get across, how many can you then help who are trying to get across?
Every one of them.
And that's where you and I have been making the problem. You and I have been making the problem on the B side and saying, we got to go. Come on, let's go. And we've been trying to pick them up and jump across the ravine with them on our back, because we know they need to be over there.
Okay.
You don't even know you need to be over there.
Well, I know.
I know you need to. If you just shut up and let me pull up my orange socks, this thing to get good. If you would just shut up and come with me, your life would be so much better. And we're trying to pick them up and go over there. But our energies, because energy is finite. That's why you eat. You eat to get energy, which is only sunlight. That's another beautiful thing. Anyway,
because sunlight gives everything that we eat.
Yes, energy.
I'm there with you. Come on, brother. Just keep on talking.
Your energy is finite, and so you have to be careful to what you throw your energy to. So instead of trying to pick up all 10 people, I can show everybody how to get across by getting my own ass over there first.
And show them by experience.
As I've gotten
Watch
over
how
there,
I run my ass right here.
I've gained that experience. I can then think about what I've done, turn around and say, hey, y'all, to get over here, this is exactly what I did. And so as soon as you take off and start running, there's going to be, because of human design, there's going to be some that's going to take off and start running with you.
And do the same thing.
Just because you started running.
That's right.
Black psychology number one. If I start running, what you going to do?
Run too.
All right.
Ask questions later.
And we ain't carried nobody.
That's right.
What do we have to do? We just had to start running.
That's right.
First thing. Okay, so then we're going to go across. There's going to be some that come with us. We didn't get to make an observation. Who are the ones that started running with us in the beginning of this thing? Because I'm going to help you first.
Okay.
More than likely, if I made it, you probably made it. We can both turn around and see who else we need to help make.
So now we the strength.
And then we can look across the ravine and see who else is left. Now that we got 3 or 4 of us over here, the 3 or 4 of us can help them 6 or 7 get over here a whole bunch easier. Even if it ain't nothing but, hey, we made it. Jump, 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 jump. We ain't got to do a damn thing but stand here.
That's right, and cheerful.
Cheerful. All right,
come on now.
Okay, so another 3 or 4 of them, they took the plunge. Their asses actually jumped, but there's going to be one person over there. And you know what, 1 or 2 things going to happen. Either they can't make it or they won't make it. And we'll decide. We just going to have to decide. Because you know what, everybody can't go. I'm sorry. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. That's why you got to keep yourself in decent, functioning, working order. Because when it gets time to go, you need to be able to go.
That's all I've been telling my family.
But you can't tell them.
Say that again.
You when it's time. I read a post the other day that said, be ready. Don't get ready.
Stay ready. Well, you better stay ready. And see, that's another phrase that's in my cartoon, right? You about to be playing around now. You're doing too many coincidences. Stay ready ain't got to get ready.
Correct. That is correct. But see, you can't tell anybody anything, especially people that are within your dynamic circle. That's correct, and that's why you end up frustrated, because you end up expelling energies in directions where they're not giving you back the dividends which you desire. Correct. Because you feel that people should be able to do the same things that you do, which is logical.
Well, with my assistance, I don't feel like they should now. Because I understand everybody don't know everything. I tell them that all the time.
Amen.
And we, as people who are intellectuals or light workers, we can't assume them to know. But now we can take time to teach them.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But what we can't make them do is get it.
Right. And so stop. At some point we have to stop pulling.
I think you're right.
Because neurologically, I cannot wake you up. I can set a series of things into emotions that will attempt to provide enough sensory stimuli to wake you up. But I can't.
But if you don't open your eyes,
that's all on you.
You're the one that got to open your eyes.
That's all on you.
Yeah,
your subconscious has to receive the signal that there's a light source, and now it's time for me to access the appropriate things for me to open. That's on you.
Where you from, my brother?
I'm not from this planet. I'm from planet.
Okay, well, when you came through the portal of your mother through this
on
realm,
April 20, if there's some of them who may be old enough, you may be old enough to remember, on April 22nd, 1983, 5:32 in the afternoon, approximately at that time, for a brief second, the world stood still as Geraldine Vaughn brought forth the baby boy to whom they would call Wally Vaughn Jr.
And where was that at on this?
That was in Denver, Colorado, which makes me a Broncos fan by birth.
Okay.
In April 22nd, 1983.
And then what blew you down here to the Carolinas?
Where at in the Carolinas? I'm all over my roots.
North Carolina?
Yes, that's where my family is, my wife and my 2 boys.
Okay, and then
South Carolina is where my roots are. My father is a Sumter native. My grandmother taught in Sumter County the duration of her professional career. Okay. My wife is from a little town called North. I did my schooling at South Carolina State University. Okay. My father was in the Air Force, and we stayed range from New Jersey to Florida. So like I've been on I-95 my entire life.